So, of course, I've got my bit and my rein hung over my left forearm. I have a string, which is what y'all use. But now on this horse, I use an actual martingale. And so this is a cheaper, just a fairly as effective method as this martingale. And the negative about this martingale is why I don't have a bunch of those is these little holes, you have to have the right size snap to go through them. And a lot of the snaps on certain reins do not fit through this hole. So this horse, I use the martingale on. I will untie him because that's how it's going to be easier to get it over his head. I just slide my lead rope through it. As you see, I'm always going to stay beside the horse. You can snap it in a minute. Put your lead rope around his neck to make sure you have him. Something to grab. You can also take your halter. Make sure you take it up tight. You don't want to hang it loose to where if he did get away from you, he could step in it and break his neck or break his leg. I'll show you this in a second. So now I can, of course, I think this is just too much. Normally I do this. That's me. Normally I take my rein and I go here, but I wanted to show y'all this method as well. I take my right forearm and I lay it right here on the pole. You always keep the horse's head coming to you and not away from you because they're being evasive if they're going away from you. I transfer, I have a light pressure. The horse's head should be below my shoulder. And so y'all need to work for this. This is a big deal. And you're really not going to be a true great horseman until you learn methods and techniques and you perfect these things. You transfer your headstall to your right hand. This finger here and this finger here are what are going to work. I take that finger here and I'm holding it up. My thumb is going in here and finding where he has no teeth and I'm missing. Whoa. So once again, I got to get his head back down. I got to change it up a little bit for this horse.
We can
No, this horse is just different. It's okay. So I'm going to try to use the other side of my hand to open his mouth, and I did. I don't like that his head, I think this horse may have some TMJ problems. We just did his teeth, and he's just been a little bit harder to bit. He's younger. Hopefully they got all the caps and everything, whatever he might have going on. Once again, I transfer back to my left hand. I fold the ears. I do not pull it over their ear. I fold it and put it under, and I fold it and I put it under. Horses that have headaches, when you just rip this thing on them, they're not going to appreciate you. I stroke that forelock, I get it out of the way. This is called a split earpiece, so I just slide that ear back through. This horse is a little smaller headed, and I will take him up one notch. As you see, he's very low headed, very soft-eyed right now. Other than his jaw being locked up and his head going up in that instance, we've got a really good relaxed horse. Okay, that's that. So on a split earpiece headstall, you do not unbuckle the buckle. It's as simple as reaching up here with your thumb, sliding it gently off each ear, and then gently sliding it down their forehead and let them drop the bit out. Just make sure that when you're taking off a headstall, you don't unbuckle the actual adjustment for the headstall, how it sits on the horse's head. You undo the throat latch. And then once again, that brow band headstall can slide off just like the split ear or the single ear. And of course, then you have your curb chain, which I always have y'all undo because I'm worried about if y'all drop the headstall, I don't want the bit to hang out up in their mouth.